Today's episode of Half Wit is sponsored by Lucky Duck Events. If you've ever been to a wedding and after the ceremony, there's a big patch of grass with a gigantic Jenga or a gigantic Connect Four, well, that is what Lucky Duck Events do. They have a range of handmade games, and as well as that, there is furniture and signage available for you to hire. The best part is, though, there is a boutique caravan bar available for you to hire so that you can serve your drinks out of. Check them out on Instagram, Lucky Duck Events. Hello, listeners. Welcome to today's episode of Half Wit. I'm up and about. I'm not going to lie. Even though my footy team went out in straight sets last week, which we will not be talking about at all on today's podcast. 22 degrees and sunny today, which is magnificent conditions. I had the shorts on, I had the pins out, trying to get a little bit of a pre-summer Jackie Chan, a little tan, but yeah, just magnificent being outside on a day like today. What also is magnificent is the fact that Halfwit has its own segment now. So very shortly, you're going to be listening to a great chat I had with Kimberly Trenowden, aka Kimbo. And Kimbo's going to have her own corner. And so every month or so, Kimbo's going to come on the podcast and basically whatever she wants to talk about, she'll be able to. She will have the microphone to herself. But yeah, today, Kimbo and I just had a bit of a chat about how her and I first met. Also, the fact that, yeah, we are both teachers and we just spoke about what it's like being a teacher at the moment. And then Kimbo's got some pretty cool news for you at the end. So without further ado, enjoy episode 7 with Kimbo. Now, I'm really excited to introduce you to our next guest. This has been a thing that's been a work in progress for the last at least 6 months, I reckon, possibly longer. So to our listeners of Halfwit, I'd like to welcome Kimberly Trenowden to her own segment, Kimbo's Corner. Kimbo, welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
So am I. It's taken us a while, but we finally got you here. And to our listeners, Kimbo will be coming on, I reckon, probably once a month. As part of the contract that we are yet to sign. And it's your corner. So we'll be just answering topics left, right, and centre, whatever's in the frontal lobe. That's what we'll be going at. But Kimbo, I might even let you tell the story of how basically how you're here right now and how we met.
All right. Hopefully I get it correct. So you might have to...
Any mistakes?
Mistakes, you can tell me. So we met through a mutual friend.
Daniel
Healy, just a bit of a shout out.
Yep, dangerous man.
And as you two work together.
Correct.
And become quite friendly from that. So Condolences to both.
Correct.
And then you started to fill in with our lawn bowls team.
The artificial hipsters.
Thank you. Been in the game for about a decade, which is we've gotten worse. Our abilities and skills have declined every year. But you became our permanent fill-in in the 2024-25 season, I would say. He's even got a T-shirt.
I do. I'm part of the group.
So we met there, and I think, we just all bonded, really. Daniel, myself, Josh, we're very similar.
We're all teachers, which helps.
Which helps. We love a bit of like to see the lighter side of life, a bit of banter.
Probably sometimes too much banter.
Not enough bowls.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But that's okay. So we've probably only known each other for about a year, really. Let's be honest.
It's less
than a year. So look.
And what I love the most is that you're someone, and also Josh, our other member of the Artificial Hipsters. It's like I'd known you my whole life.
Yeah.
And it's a really weird thing to actually explain, but. Talking about our debut in a Tuesday night lawn bowls team at Ascot Park. I still can't believe it was like your 10th season.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it either.
And you started that at uni?
We started at uni. It was our last year at uni. So, so 2015-ish, 2014, 2015. So we've been playing for 10 years. A couple of changes here and there.
I feel the team's never been stronger.
But yes, we've a pretty strong team. We've got our permanent fill-in from Victor Tino, just a quick shout out.
Yep.
But yeah, it's great. It's a great way for us to come together every Tuesday, and yeah,
And we'll talk about Lucky Duck events
yes,
later on in the
that'll be good.
podcast. But what I do love about, and we will, every time you come over Kimbo's Corner, I reckon every podcast we will have a debrief of the game. But,
Oh, that's good.
you know, my first few filling games, Kimbo, I think we won our first 3. And
We did pretty well.
we were untouchable, and
Yes.
then I think we lost our next 11. But
We blame Daniel Healy on that.
look, we've already blamed him once, so we might just leave him out of it.
Leave
But what I did love about the group is that it gives you an excuse to catch up every Tuesday night.
Definitely, yeah.
And I know that you caught up with other members of the team on Monday night.
Mhm.
Apologies, I couldn't be there. Just
That's all right.
a couple of podcast meetings. But it's probably the best thing about those social sporting groups. And as was on last week's podcast with Ryan Mitchell, we spoke about, you know, if you play mixed netball, you're guaranteed to break an arm. But lawn bowls is a pretty safe.
It's pretty safe.
Yeah. Driving home
yes.
after having a
couple of beers.
Yeah, after having a couple of
and port. It gets cold out there.
It does.
But yeah, no, it's a pretty good game. It's still pretty skillful. I think a lot of people go, "Oh yeah, it's lawn bowls, blah blah blah." But yeah, you still need to practice, which we haven't done. But yeah, it's a great excuse just to catch up and see each other. And we're all teachers, so you know what happens when teachers get together. We need a bit of a debrief, but we do connect, and that's the best part about Tuesday night. So that's why we've continued it for probably 11th year coming up.
And very looking forward to the next season beginning.
Yes.
But I guess sticking on the theme of teaching, yes, we are on holidays pretty much in 6 days' time.
Which is great.
Much deserved. You know, we work those 10 weeks we work for. You know, bloody oath, we deserve our 2 weeks. So, you know, I've got a couple of mates that always joke with me, aren't you on holidays now?
Yeah.
You know, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do for the 4 weeks of the year you work and the other 48 weeks? But we bloody deserve them as well.
Yeah, I think, and you know what, those comments used to really get to me, but then I go, you know what, like you got to take up the chin, and you only know what you know, right? So I know being a teacher and being, you know, working the school term. So I guess it's a bit of a different. And then some days you go, I just wish I had, like, I could choose my holidays, because you can go to Bali for $700 return, not $1,700 return.
Yep.
But so there's pros and cons, but I think most teachers will say that they squeeze in those 48 weeks. I think I did the maths.
Yep.
In those 40 weeks that they work, because you're working extra hours each week.
Yeah.
But a lot of jobs do that too. So very, very fortunate.
Yeah.
Love it.
I always say to my mates that complain, I go, why don't you do teaching? And they're like, well, I hate kids.
It's a choice.
They say, they hate kids. I'm like, well, all right, we probably can't be a teacher then. Whereas we
could, but it would be very fun with it.
There's so many positives, and like we've just
for sure
we're in the middle of, you know, writing our reports right now, and there's some late nights and lots of marking, and you know, now you've got to email home every time a kid gets a D, and you know, you've got to anyway. But I guess the best thing is we'll never have to work, and this is what I say to a lot of people: we'll never have to work a Christmas Day.
Oh yeah.
We'll never have to work a New Year's Eve where we can go to the Big Bash.
Correct. Weekend.
Another one of our first proper meetings.
Cricket.
Yeah, you could see you forgot about that one. But
forget about that one.
That was our first proper catch up outside of Ascot Park Bowls Club. But so in regards to teaching, you're a primary school teacher and have been for nearly 10 years.
Yeah, nearly 10 years. Yep,
nearly 15. Thank you. But I was a primary school teacher, and I made the big shift across to high school, and there is an enormous difference between primary school teaching and high school teaching. I just wanted to ask you, like, as a primary school teacher, and I can, you know, go with that as well, but like, what do you find are those like 2 or 3 things that you just need your kids to be able to do? Like, and this is even regardless of like a reception on our year 6, but what are those things that you just like, I need all of my 30 kids to be able to do this, this, and this?
Yeah. So it's interesting also, I've been trained to be a high school teacher, and the first year-ish, I did work in high schools, and I made the shift to primary school. So that's interesting that we've got a bit of a paradox there. Like
the opposites.
The opposites. And I'm a primary school teacher.
Yep.
It's a really tricky question. So because receptions to year 6 is a big shift.
Receptions, they just need to tie up their bloody shoes.
Yeah, that's true. Or like learn how to eat by themselves, or, you know, things like that. But I think if I think about myself right now, working with, you know, year 5, 6s, the one thing that I want them to take into high school is think for themselves.
Yep.
So not coming to an adult every time they might think they don't know what they're doing.
Yep.
Sounds really weird and like something small, but I don't know if it's just the COVID thing still, because we're still going through that generation of COVID, but they need to be really reassured.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Like, just do it.
I would love to get stats on, and for all the parents that are listening, I reckon you definitely, and
Yes.
obviously Kimbo, you're a soon-to-be parent, and which
Yes,
we'll get to
that's
later
right.
on in today's episode. But the amount of questions that you get,
Yes.
like if you've got 3 kids, you're getting questions fired
Yeah,
for
yeah,
everywhere,
yeah.
and I'd love to just actually shadow a teacher and be like, how many questions do you get? And sometimes the worst ones are when, and you remember the saying, you know, no questions are stupid questions. There are stupid questions. Kids, there are some really stupid questions that we have to answer that we don't want to. But
Yep.
like when when it's in term 4, week 4, and it's like, what do you reckon you need for a maths lesson? You probably need a book.
Yes.
You probably need a pencil.
Correct.
And they ask, and it's just like, oh my God, like it's on the board.
Yes.
Oh,
And I think that's the big thing. And I'd always say to them, I'd rather you actually fail or stuff up and get, because you've given it a go,
Yep.
than come to me about 5 seconds after it's on the board, I've explained it, blah, blah, blah. So it's just really getting them to be okay with failing and taking a risk without that certainty. I think that's really the big picture, really.
Yeah.
Another thing is just to really just, I think it's, I don't know if I can word it correctly, but it's about just seeing other people's points of view.
Empathy.
And it doesn't have to be, I know that's such a big thing because even adults struggle with it, right?
Yes.
But it's just something, just little things like, you know what, I'm not going to go to my teacher because I can see them talking to somebody else.
Yep.
So I need to wait. Like, it's just, just thinking about other people. And you know what?
It's like those social skills being,
yeah.
Understanding that, like, yes, like, but well, can't you see that I'm busy? Or...
Yeah. That's what, and I know, I guess they don't have those skills just yet, but they do learn them, and they are capable of learning them.
Yeah.
So I think that's really another important thing. And I'm really lucky. I'm not just saying this because I'm on, in public saying it, but I work with amazing kids. Like, I really love my job.
Kids are awesome.
They are. And I always think to myself, someone actually asked me, my brother-in-law asked me, like, if you could be 18-year-old Kim again, what would you do? What would you change? Would you do teaching, blah, blah, blah? And I said, you know what? I can only really see myself in education or like sitting on the couch being a slob. Like, that's like the two paradigms that I can see.
Yep.
And I really struggle to answer that question going, I can't even think of another career.
Yep.
Not even like being a movie star or whatever, or being a famous podcaster, maybe one day. But
I won't know what that's like. But when you get there, let me know.
It's true. The third, I guess, to the third thing, really struggling with the third thing.
That's why I said 2 or 3.
Yeah, 2's good. Yeah, what about you?
Oh, mine's just like being punctual. It's a really.
Oh yeah, that's.
I did say for you to be here at 5:30, and you're here at 5:32. But
I was waiting at the front. I was talking on the phone. So.
Yeah, that's all right. Just maybe let me know and be considerate. But I just think being punctual, and you always hear those things. If you're not early, you're late, and it is actually, and
it's true.
Even now, like if I've got a doctor's appointment or a physio appointment, I'm not rushing to get there because one, they'll never call you in before the time that you're meant to be there.
Correct. Yeah.
But it is just one of those things that is slipping, and but no, my big one's just for kids, because like you need to be able to communicate and do it respectfully. Like even just how to send an email respectfully, how to ask a question respectfully. We've been talking about feedback recently, and taking on feedback can be pretty brutal. I think even as adults, it's really hard to talk to another adult and give them feedback.
Oh, it's horrible.
Without them taking it personally.
Yes.
Like
you have to remove the person in your giving feedback to the action or the idea. And that's something that I don't think we're very good at as humans.
Because you give and you get feedback to improve and get better.
Yes. Yeah.
Remember last year, I applied for a job and didn't get it. And the guy was like, mate, we absolutely love you, but yours was a crap application. And it was really honest, and I really appreciate it. And didn't take him to the department to him.
No.
But it was good to take on board, and then he actually said, this is why it was crap.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's just my big one. And also like time management and like when kids are like, oh, I'm really busy tonight. I'm like, what? What have you got on
Yeah,
tonight?
yeah.
You might have a footy training or you might have a dance rehearsal, but you don't have to cook dinner.
No.
Don't have to do the washing.
Yeah.
And that's my big one about, just managing your time.
Yep.
Because, I think that's one of the big skills moving forward. Like even us as adults, like finding the time, like us finding the time to do this.
Yep, for sure.
And but no, it's just one of those things I thought would be, and hopefully our listeners will be able to take that on board as well. And, just because, yes, they're kids, but bloody hell, like, we've all got those kids that they understand, they get it.
That's right.
And I always, with Dangerous Dan, we always used to have a chat about, would this kid be great to have a beer with in a few years?
Yeah.
And that's the test about, have they made it as a,
Yeah, being good people. That's really what you're aiming for.
Yeah.
You can get a D in maths, really. Like, I mean, we're there for
not
education.
in Mr. Whitman's class.
No,
all right.
but you don't have to, like, it's not, that's not important. But at the end of the day, it's like if you're a kind person, you're considerate, you've got the values that you uphold your own values, basically. But yes, we are in education. We want to make sure that kids are succeeding in English, maths, etc. But I think, the dispositions to their life is a lot more important.
Oh my God.
And that's why you continue doing your job, right? You don't do it because half your class are getting Bs. Oh, that's great for me. You don't do it for that.
No. And I like that because there are definitely some teachers that want to make their grades look good. I remember had a student once and she didn't pass an algebra test. And I was just like, hey, this is not going to dictate your life.
Yeah.
However, if you give up, don't answer questions, leave them blank, don't do the revision, that's going to have implications later on. But while we're sticking with the theme of maths, Kimbo, and this is your corner, and I'm sorry if I've taken over your corner.
That's all right. It's everyone's corner. It's the people's corner.
It is. No, it's Kimbo's corner. All right. That's what will be on the t-shirts.
Yeah, that's true.
I need to actually look into how that all works. I'll get t-shirts for me first.
Okay. And then, you can try before we buy.
Yes. Well, actually, you've got contacts for our artificial hips t-shirt, which is just looking just next to us. But in your maths or in your classroom, I would love for you to tell me about your classroom economy that you've got going on.
Oh yes, so my classroom economy is called Kimbo Bucks, and this was created by my co-teacher. One day he just said, "You know what? We're doing class economy. We're giving out money." He's like, I'm just going to put Kimbo Slice in the middle of a pineapple and on $20 note, on the $10 note.
Kimbo Slice the fighter.
Kimbo Slice the fighter.
Unbelievable.
And so, yes, did some great photoshopping. I should bring one next time so you can have a look. But yeah, you've got Kimbo Slice in the middle of all the notes, and that's what they use for their classroom economy. So to get rewards, pay fines, things like that.
So what are the notes, like 1, 2, 5? Or just...
No, they go 50, 20, like it's Australian money, right?
5, 10.
Yeah, 5, 10, yep. So that's awesome. And I don't know if the kids actually know who Kimbo Slice is. It's just a random person in the middle of the $50 note. But yeah, so now my co-teacher just was like, "Yep, I'm doing this," and he spent I think the whole weekend just making money.
This is incredible.
And it's just run.
And for our listeners there, and also who are on our Instagram page at the Matt Whitford podcast, I'll get a photo of Kimbo's bucks there.
And everything, even the posters in the classroom to use the money has like Kimbo Slice or like as a border. So it's pretty Kimbo.
I love it.
Oriented, which is great.
Good. We'll get them on the t-shirts too. But yes. I'm worried about money and kids, and I'm worried about society becoming a cashless society. And I just like there was nothing better than waking up when you're younger and like you've had a birthday card and getting a little lobster, a little $20 note, and occasionally the pineapple, rarely. But like just cash, the piggy bank, and having those coins. Like back in the day, like Wednesday nights at the Broadie, like $2 schooners. Like and Bruce Whitford, I'm sorry, mate, but I would go to his little coin jar next to his bed and just grab like 6 $2 coins. Yep. And that was your night set.
Even when I was in primary school, I would take, I think Mum gave me $2 and that was like enough for recess and lunch.
Yep. Yummy drummies. Yep.
Yeah. Some pizza bread, some whatever. Obviously, things have changed and people, still they need to buy things for more money. But most things, even school canteens, are pretty much you know, you can pay over the phone, pay over apps.
Quicker app.
Quicker, yeah. So, and there's most events you go to are cashless.
Yeah.
I even thinking about going to like Coles, Woolworths, Foodland. But I used to be a cashier at Foodland.
Yep. Me too.
And you would use money all the time. I
Yep.
felt it would be very rare to, well, not rare, but you would probably use FPOS and cash 50-50.
Yeah. I remember
just
you
don't
used
think
to
you do that.
go and take money out to pay for
Yes.
it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to get some money out. But
Yeah, you just don't do that anymore.
it's one of those things, I think, moving forward that, like, I would hate, you know, when I have kids one day and like there's no money, as in like, because kids not now, they just, and even as adults, you'll just tap and you probably don't understand it.
Understand the value of it,
Yeah,
especially kids that don't have job. I guess we're adults and we go, yeah, I get paid X amount. I can use this amount to pay for this, this, and this.
Yep.
But when you're a child or a kid, you don't physically can't see it.
Yep.
It's just a different thing, I think.
My mate used to, when he got paid, he used to take out $400 cash.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And that was for the fortnight.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually a really good way of, like, you know, being able to actually be like, oh, I've only got this much left.
Yep.
I want to have a big night, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, I might have to have, you know, 3 Skittle bombs instead of 4. But, you know, like,
yeah,
I'm worried. I'm worried.
Priorities.
Yeah, exactly. Priorities. I'm just worried. So
I also think there's a few things, like my father-in-law has said it. He goes, well, you know, you're rounding up and rounding down, so you're technically getting charged more at some points in time and getting charged less, you know. So if something's $45 and
yep,
2 cents, if you had cash, it would be $45, but on your FPOS, it's $45 and 2 cents.
It all adds up.
It adds up, but I guess there's other things. You got interest and things like that. So there's a lot of, I think.
Well, that's another thing, like interest in, like, and as a math teacher, sometimes I'm like, this is all we should be talking about, like how you can save the most money and how much interest you can earn. And also, you want to buy a $700,000 house, how much deposit you will need.
Yes.
What's mortgage lenders insurance? Like, I feel like they're things
Stamp duty, like,
it's
hard.
Yeah. But I feel like they're things that, you know, in classrooms.
Yeah, for sure.
Between that and algebra. But
well, watch this space. Kimbo Bucks might, you know,
hey, Kimbo,
might take off.
Kimbo's Corner might just turn into financial advice.
Yeah.
So to all our listeners, we're still going with direction here. We're happy to be, you tell us what you want. We're happy to be persuaded.
Yep.
And something we did speak about earlier was AI.
Yes.
And I'm just turned 37, still in my mid-30s. That needs to be known, but I don't think I've used AI maybe once or twice.
Yeah, wow.
And I don't, because I don't really know the power of it. But have you used it much, not just as a teacher, but in life as well?
Not so much in life. I use it a fair bit for work, just to make things, I guess, to do things quicker. Like, you know, put these assessments in a table for me, or, you know, can you graph these results for me, or whatever, or I'm extracting things from other places. So it's really quick, and that's amazing, because it used to take me a long time to put data in to a spreadsheet, etc., or even differentiating if needed. So it's a lot quicker. But I feel like I have the skills to do that already. So I feel like I'm ethically okay, which worries me if you don't know what to do. So it's a bit of a tricky one. But with the kids, knowing that high schools they're in this, or, you know, this really grey area about what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. I guess it's kind of like when calculators came into maths, right? Like, oh my gosh, you know, can you really do this? Is this like actually maths?
I remember there were times we were told no calculators.
Yeah, no, and you know what? And there's times where you should say no AI, but we're trying to ethically, I guess, teach the upper primary kids about trying, you know, what could you use AI for? So, for example, checking if a website's reliable, knowing that AI is not always reliable.
Yeah.
Can you, can you help me with my vocabulary, or can you just check my spelling, for example? So just trying to use it in a purposeful way versus, oh, this is my assignment question, write me an assignment. Because they won't be able to do that in high school theoretically. Because I guess as AI gets smarter, the testing things for AI. I think in uni we had, was it called Turn It In?
turning
Yeah,
in.
also, they check if you've used certain
Yep.
certain software, so I guess that will become more sophisticated as time goes on, hopefully.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just
it's hard.
like, and I was telling you before, like I teach maths and PE, two
Yes.
subjects that like don't actually use a whole
Yep.
lot of AI, so I'm lucky. But if you're an English teacher and I just think it's one of those things that I know and plagiarism was a big thing. I know at uni, and
Yes.
if an assignment was due on a Friday night, my mate would send me theirs on a Thursday night,
Yeah.
and I'd change a couple of words around.
Yeah.
And
If it was handwritten, it didn't really matter as much, right? But everything now is online.
Everything's online, and that's why it might get to a stage where kids have to go back to writing, and that leads us to another topic like handwriting. Like, is that taught in primary schools anymore?
Well, interestingly, it was in the curriculum to teach handwriting, and then it's kind of hopefully I'm marking my words right because I'd hope I know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
But it was taken out of the version 9, specifically to teach handwriting, and I think there's just a couple of loose things like creates legible letters in primary school, blah blah blah. But it used to be that you had to teach handwriting, and that's not in there anymore. It could be as a capability, I'm not sure, I have to double check, but I think things are really moving away from handwriting. It's more about communication, how to get the ideas down. So it's a really tricky one because
you need to be able to
do both, right?
People need to be able to read what you're actually writing.
Oh yeah, that's right. You need to be able to read and also write nicely so people can read what you're writing.
Yeah, birthday cards and stuff like
birthday cards. There's still things that you're always going to need to do with your, with pen and paper. But I guess it's hard because then you're trying to teach them the skills for high school where most things are on
you're typing,
laptop, iPad, whatever. Yeah. So,
and this is directed at you, Jill Whitford. But my mum always thinks I'm a messy writer, and
yes,
I say, well, look at your and dad's writing, and I've got, but combine those two. But I can do good birthday card writing. Okay, I can be neat when I really need to.
Yeah, that's important.
Give me the right pen. But even like typing, I remember when I was at primary school, even like we were practicing touch typing.
Yep, and we still do that. Yeah,
and there's a really good website out there for everyone. It's called Monkey Type.
Okay.
It's just one of those things that you can do for like 5-10 minutes, and it's actually really cool doing. And I remember at primary school we had one where you were a F1 car, and the quicker you type, you got out of the car, and
that's fun.
That's how I learned how to touch type. But I just think it's I'm not worried, but I'm concerned for what the future and what our job will look like as teachers in 10, 15, 20 years. Like, a kid said this the other day, Kimbo, they're like, I have to call you Kimbo during the podcast, right? You're no longer Kim.
Yeah.
Kimbo Slice though. They were basically like, anyway, I've just lost my train of thought. So that's
sorry, it's because I'm thinking about Kimbo Slice.
Basically, exactly. Yeah. No, they said to me, "Are you worried that AI could take your job?"
Oh yes, okay.
And I think in a way, everyone's worried that technology is evolving like it is. But I said, well, good luck for any AI that can handle all these questions and all these different humans and all these different emotions.
Well, it's interesting because I run the debating club at school, and it's inter-school competition, and the last topic was should robots replace human teachers? And we were on the affirmative teams. We had to say why, and it was really amazing. The kids were like, we're going to lose this because I actually can't think of reasons. Like, we love our teachers. We really, they came up with some reasons that we had to really pull.
Yep.
But they really couldn't think of great reasons. We had to like really strip it. And when we dug deep into it, all the reasons that they should be replaced weren't to do with relationships or anything else. It was more about money or accessibility to teachers because there's not enough, there's a shortage and things like that. So so it's interesting to say that because I think we're one of the professions that it will be really hard to replace because it's all about connections. And I think that's where education's going.
There'd be no excuses for mucking around for a relief teacher then.
No, that's exactly right.
Was that one of yours?
Yeah, we did that. We said that. Good. We said, and consistency, because all people are different, so all teachers are different. So that means you'll get a consistent robot teacher.
Yep.
Behavior expectations are all the same. Your teachers will never be sick.
Yep.
So there was a couple of things that we could pull in on, but I guess the opposite to that, the rebuttal to that, was pretty strong.
Yep.
About why teachers are so important. There's a lot of academic evidence. There's a lot of personal opinions, qualitative data, for example. So I think so that's an interesting topic, isn't it?
It is it's an interesting topic. And also as teachers, like, I don't know about you, Kim, but like there is nothing better than when I bump into a former student.
Oh, amazing.
And earlier in the year when I attended this thing called Live Golf,
I've never heard of it.
I may you may have dropped me there, and for all I know, you bloody could have picked me up. But your husband Jared and Dan and I, no, we had a fantastic time.
Yeah.
But I remember bumping into a student I used to teach in Weiler, and it was just like I literally taught him. It was probably like 12 or 13 years ago, and it was just awesome. And it's always good to see what they're like. And
even if it's only a couple of years, I think I bumped into a student and his mum and sister at the local Woolworths, only from a couple of years ago, teaching him, and just letting you know, you changed my family's life. Like so they'd moved schools, etc. And just hearing that 3 years later,
all those Kimbo bucks.
All those Kimbo bucks has really paid off. But in the heat of the moment, you go, oh, am I really making a difference? But it's like that delayed gratification for teaching. It really is.
And they always say, like, you always remember like your favourite teacher, and you always remember like your least.
Correct,
like, Mr. Eaton, if you're out there, Warren Eaton, an incredible teacher at Brighton High School in the early 2000s. But I won't mention the Bill Giles. I'm looking at you, mate. You ruined my Year 12 modern history. All right, Kimbo, I need to address the elephant in the room. Okay. You're pregnant.
I am pregnant, about 25 weeks pregnant.
So what is that? How long to go then? Probably...
just 3 and a bit months.
Yep.
If I'm lucky, I think that should be a good little timeline. So, so 25 weeks.
Bloody hell.
Yes.
So far, so good?
Yes, things have gone pretty well. I've said to you before off air that I feel pretty much like myself most of the time, which is great. Getting a bit bigger.
Yep. Boy or a girl?
Not sure. Surprise.
Ooh.
Yes. So the control freak in me sometimes goes, oh, I really want to know. But I'm excited because not many things in life are a nice surprise.
Yeah.
So, we'll find out on the day.
I think if you, I'd love that you and Jared are having, like, you're not finding out, because I feel like if you're going to have number 2,
yes,
that's when you're like, all right,
I think we will then.
Am I keeping these clothes or?
Yes. I think it's the names are hard because we're both in education.
Oh my God.
So we've got some we've taught, even if you've just taught a child and they're great, you don't really want it to be your child's name.
Yep.
So trying to do something a bit different. So, that's been a bit difficult. We found that, and I think we would have to start tightening some things up. But there is an app on your phone like Tinder but for baby names. So that's been a little fun task for us to do. So
how was it like Tinder, Kimbo?
So you just you download the app and then you join in with your partner. And then the names pop up, and then you swipe right if you...
Unbelievable.
If you like it. Is that right?
Yep.
Oh, it's been a while since...
No.
And left if you don't. And then...
Been a while since you've been on the app, or you've been on Tinder?
Tinder, just disclaimer. But then if you have a match, it will pop up. So that's been great. Instead of us going, do you like this name? Do you like that name? So, we don't have to even talk to each other.
I feel like that would be great for when two people are trying to figure out what they want for dinner.
Oh, my gosh. That's a good... Shark Tank idea. I like that.
I'll just stop the recording there, and then because this podcast thing might not make any money, but that maybe the apps are the way to go.
Yeah, maybe.
Are you at the stage now where, because just before we like the worst question a male is faced with, is shit. Is that person
pregnant,
or are they fat? And on the weekend, I was caught up with a mate, and he was with his cousin. And I'm very lucky that he had actually told me about a month earlier that she was pregnant. Because when I saw her, I was a little bit 50-50, but I was like, nah, she's pregnant. And, oh, you're pregnant? And she's like, yeah. And it was a great moment. But have you had any of that yet?
No, not to my face, at least. I think my husband had that moment because we go to the gym together. A bit of a shout out to BFT at High Marsh. They're an amazing gym.
Nice.
But we normally go together. One day we didn't. And some of the other male are they called? The baby brain moment. People that go there.
Gym workout users.
Oh yeah.
Instructors.
No, yeah, just the people. The not the clients.
Customers.
Yeah. Members. Oh my
Members.
god, members.
Hey, we got there.
Members. We got there.
Baby brain.
They go up to Jared going, oh, just wondering, is your wife, is Kim pregnant? And he goes, oh yeah, she is. Oh, we just weren't sure because I wear like flowy things or like oversized tops, but you're starting to look pregnant.
Yeah.
And they were really excited, but you can see that it's a bit of a taboo topic almost until it's very noticeable, which is totally fair enough. But and I think I'm still at that stage where it's not too obvious depending on what you're wearing. So definitely starting to show a bit more now. I was thinking before it was giving fridge for a while, just very rectangular.
Yep.
And then it kind of went to beer belly. And now it's turning a little bit more rounded. So might be the full keg soon.
Bloody oath.
Yeah. And like my dad says, a keg's worth more than a six-pack.
It sure is. That is
He's picked that up for most of his life.
That is advice.
Yes, that is advice.
I'll ask you a couple of questions, but like, what has been the best thing about being pregnant so far?
I think there's a couple of things. One of the best things is telling everyone because they're just so happy for you. Even strangers, when you go, oh, I'm pregnant, they're like, oh, it's so great. It's just amazing. So that's been a huge highlight, especially telling your closest friends and family. And trying to do it face to face. So we waited a while to announce it on social media because we wanted to let everyone know face to face. Besides you, Matt Whitford.
Yep.
Sorry, that was a bit of a Instagram. It was a funny one, right? I can't remember, but I was like, yeah, I'm up the duff type of thing.
I appreciated you telling me and me not hearing it from an external source.
That's true. And so that's been a huge highlight. And just knowing that you can feel it kicking and feel it move, it's just a really amazing thing because I know that I'm not going to have this for hopefully have 2 children. That's the aim.
You could have 6.
Let's not. I'm one of 5. I love being a part of a big family, but I think two's good. But just knowing that this is a really special moment for now, and I won't have that for long. So that's been great. So yeah, they're probably 2 of my biggest highlights. But yeah, everything's going pretty well so far, so can't complain.
And my obviously next one is what's been so far the worst thing or things about being preggers?
I think, the first trimester was a little bit rough. I used to call my lifestyle the hungover toddler. You just wake up feeling hungover every morning. And the toddler part is you acted like a toddler and you just wanted to eat toddler food like nuggets and chips and just
the best.
You wanted to separate. You wanted those little plates that separate everything, mashed potato, chippies.
Just living the life.
Living the life. So that was for about the first trimester, which is not even that bad compared to what other people go through. So I'm really, really fortunate. So that was a bit, not great when you're working and you're trying to like be normal and you just felt not great. But there's a lot of change happening to your body, so respect. And then I think it's just the first trimester to 20 weeks. You have a lot of scans to check in. If does it have all its kidneys? Is your heart beating? Is it alive? So that, I guess that anxiety of not knowing that can be pretty tricky. And then from 20 weeks, you don't get another ultrasound unless something's wrong, which is a great thing if you don't have one, but also. I don't get to actually see my baby until I have it in my hands, unless you want to. You can pay for it, of course. But so that's a little bit of that's a bit odd and like just feeling a bit like, I don't even know what it looks like right now and things like that. But I mean, women have been giving birth for hundreds of years.
I believe so.
Without knowing anything about it. So yeah. I think it's just the control thing. I'm a bit of a control freak, and being pregnant and becoming a mum is something that's pretty much out of your control.
Yep.
So just learning to live through that and embracing that. But yeah, everything's been going great so far. I can't complain.
Bloody hell. Well, at least you know that, in regards to names, like Kimbo Jr. is still on the table because Kim is a dual gender name.
It is, and my first name is Kimberly. My mum calls me that sometimes, and my dad, but it's usually Kim.
Yep.
So I could do it. Yep. Kim Jr. Kime. Could change the
Lee.
Lee.
Burr.
Kimberly.
Because being like I know we spoke about it earlier, but being a teacher, like there are some names that you just
No, you can't go there.
because like my grandpa Max, incredible human, Maxwell John, strong name in the 20s. Like I love the name Max. I still love it, but I'll never forget him Weiler. My first year in Weiler, and he had the same birthday as me as well. This kid, so I know, and I won't say his last name, but Max, who was born on July the 16th. You have ruined that name for me. Look, I still might because there's been a few Maxes since that have been unbelievable, but it's
you
tough.
You change Max, Maxime. You know, Maxwell can be the full name, but you can do a little bit of a different
Maxine,
Maxine or
Maximilian.
Good
winery.
Good winery. Yes, is it the golf one?
Yeah.
Actually, fun fact: I had my going away there when I moved overseas, and I invited some friends, and then my friend invited someone that we knew but wasn't invited. He got the hole in one. Unbelievable. And he won like a couple grand worth of prizes. I don't know. I've never heard of anyone, not even a friend of a friend, do that. So it's pretty amazing.
I went there for a wedding. My best mate got married, so everyone else was hitting golf balls, and I was out getting photos taken.
Yeah, that's fun.
It was still an amazing day.
Yeah,
I'm not regretting that for a second, but yeah, the whole name thing. That app is incredible.
It is. Yeah, it's a good. I think you do have to pay for the subscription if you want the premium version. Like you do
just
get
Tinder or the swipe. We're not talking about it.
Probably both, but the baby one, because you do get the repeats of the same names, and it's really like the top 100 names or whatever. So you're not really getting heaps. But yeah, probably the boys' names probably the harder part. I think we're pretty good for a girl.
Generally more naughty boys in primary school.
And I think it's just I don't know. I think because we've taught maybe more boys maybe like even like I said, it doesn't really matter if they're good or bad. You just go, oh, that's just like your grandpa, like it's his name. So it's really difficult, I think, but we'll figure it out.
You make a name up.
Just
getting back to Tinder just quickly. This is the thing about Kimbo's Corner. You don't know where it's going to go, and this wasn't in our podcast notes.
There's not 4 corners in Kimbo's Corner. There is unlimited corners.
Would that make it a circle then, or no? That's no corners.
But there's still corners. There's just lots.
We can go wherever.
Yeah, that's right.
About Tinder, I have never used a dating app. I tried to download Tinder in 2014 onto my phone.
Wow.
It legitimately would not work, and I've never used a dating app. Never used one.
I haven't either, but I've probably been in relationships.
Facebook Messenger doesn't count as a dating app.
Oh, there you go. Old-fashioned way, huh?
Old-fashioned way.
Well, I've got many family members who've met their partners, now husbands, on Tinder. So it does work.
But it's good though, because I remember like back in the day, people used to be, we met on Tinder, whereas now it's almost like, good on you for meeting.
No, my sister, I don't think even told my parents at first that she met her now husband. They're about to have a child together on Tinder.
Yep.
So, but now it's like, normal. It's actually more abnormal to meet people face to face, to be fair.
How do I talk to this person?
I
know. I love it, Kimbo, that you've come on your own segment. All right. So actually, I love it that you've let me be part of Kimbo's Corner.
Oh, yes,
I reckon we'll get you back in here maybe, I was thinking maybe 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks.
Might have to push a couple out before the 15-week mark.
Yeah, before you push one out yourself. So
that 10-centimeter dilation. So
my partner is a midwife, so I do know that.
Well, maybe we'll do it when she's got a day off, just in case the waters break. But all good.
Hey, next time come around, pick her brain. But before I guess we finish today's episode, and today is just you, right? There's no famous person before you are the famous person, Kimbo. Obviously, with your impending birth, we will be looking for a new member of the Artificial Hipsters. You've said you want to get back, as soon as possible, but that might not be possible.
Correct.
You might not be able to.
We do start soon in October, so I'm hoping to play as many games before the Christmas breakup.
Yep.
But I will be getting heavier and bigger, and gravity is not going to be my favour.
Yep.
Bending the knee.
All I'll say is, if you start bowling like shit, we'll probably we'll probably just say, Kimbo, I think you need to probably hang them up for.
That's right. And so we're definitely looking for a reliable fourth, like you said earlier. We were very lucky. We came across an incredible permanent fill-in.
Yep. That's me. Sorry.
That's right. That is you. I know. He just, head's getting bigger. I can confirm to anyone that knows you well.
It is.
So a bit of a call out, I guess, isn't it? Bit of a call out.
If anyone's free on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. at the Ascot Park Bowling Club, the Artificial Hipsters are looking for a fourth member. For anyone out there as well, the greatest thing is just the hot chips. Have we spoken about the hot chips already? No. At 8 o'clock, the Golden Wishbone's finest hot chips get brought out to you in a paper cup. They are just, it is incredible. And I went there the other night, Kimbo. Not as good.
No.
Not as good as if it's 8 o'clock in the middle of a lawn bowl stadium.
And it's about the atmosphere, I guess, Bowls brings with the hot chippies. And then you get supper, and then sometimes you get hot dog. Like, it's just about, you have to be there. It's just a great vibe. And then you've got great company too. So
exactly. Yeah. Even though you won't be there. But
I'll make an appearance, don't you worry. It might be my little, Tuesday night getaway.
You probably better.
Yeah, but it's great. And 11th season, we do have like a Brownlow type medal that we run every year. I think last year we took a year off, gap year.
My first one, and
we did it on purpose. You were just too good. So basically, the skip gives 3 points to the best bowler, 2 to the mediocre, and 1 to the worst. The worst,
because they can't give themselves votes.
No, they can't, and they can't give themselves vote. Correct. So then at the end, we do a little PowerPoint presentation with the best, the Mal medal. Mal is the first person we met at the club who taught us the ropes of
thanks, Mal.
So a little shout out to Mal. And we've got a couple of other awards that we do, like the Players Player, the Best Female Player.
Well, you've won that, I think 8 years in a row. So
I think someone else won the Best Female. We had a WAG at one stage. I won it, but you know what?
And that's why you got rid of her. Kicked her off the team.
We had to. Actually, that's basically my ploy. So it's a lot of fun. It is skillful. I will say lawn bowls is a skillful sport, but you can, you know what? It's not that deep. It's not that deep.
It's good fun though.
It's good fun.
But no, Kimbo, I've loved having you on the podcast. And I think to our listeners out there as well, I know at the start of the episode I touched on that I haven't even known you for, I reckon it's probably 10 months.
Yeah.
But how quickly we've become friends, and also with Josh, and already I was mates with Dan. But that is just, I guess, the best thing about social sport and meeting new people, because you never know who'll be on your podcast. But no, Kimbo, I reckon we'll get you in here 4 weeks' time.
Let's do it.
See how everything's going. But I'd love, amazing that Half Wit has its own segment, Kimbo's Corner.
Yep, love it, and looking forward to seeing it evolve.
Incredible, Kimbo. Thanks for coming on.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now, just quickly before we wrap up today's episode, I want to give a shout out to the Adelaide Lutheran Footy Club. The B grade boys are taking on Rosewater this Saturday in the grand final out at Campbelltown, 12:15 p.m. kickoff. So best of luck to Crewy and the boys in the battle with the Bulldogs, and hopefully it's you boys that come out on top. I do also want to give a best wishes to everyone running in the City to Bay on Sunday. Just so I don't have to drive and get stuck at any road closures. I'll probably just sleep in on Sunday and have a quiet morning at home. But, full credit to all of you people running or walking the 12 or 6Ks. And, yes, I hope it's a good one for you. To all you teachers out there, one more week and then we're on holiday, so we can do this. We've got this far. We can push through. And also just to finish off, I know last week I spoke about Are You OK Day, and I know I did check in with a mate this week and got a response from him. It was just really good catching up with him. So if you haven't done so, flick that person a message and just see how they're going. But as always, I'm Matt Whitford. Thanks for listening.